Good morning, friends. How are we doing this morning? Well, I hate to break it to you and probably distract you from everything else I'm going to say, but I do want to call out that the holidays are coming. The holidays are upon us, folks. And before you start writing that mental list of all the things you need to do, I want us to reflect on perhaps one of the more pleasant holiday traditions, and that is the act of gathering together around a table, breaking bread with the people that you love. It's a lovely experience when it goes well, right? When we're not fighting over politics, but it can be a really special time, and I think it highlights the power of food. Food is not just about calories and vitamins. We're not all slurping from those little packets. Food is about love and connection and generosity and belonging. And sadly, as the holidays approach, there are many of our neighbors where this reality does not exist. And the absence of being able to break bread and share meals with people actually causes a lot of stress and anxiety in their lives. Today, the SLO Food Bank provides food for 39,000 people. You're wondering what the time frame is? Each month. That's enough people to fill the giant stadium every single month. And these are SLO County residents. These are people that live next to you and me. And it's actually more than the number of people we were serving during the height of the pandemic, which is oftentimes referred to as the height of food insecurity. No, in fact, this year is the height of food insecurity in SLO County. We are serving more people today than even in the height of the pandemic. And it kind of makes sense, right, when you think about it. We're actually, so number of people served up 16% from last year. And all of us are feeling the stress of inflation. We put on my economics hat for a second, like everything costs more. Housing, food, electricity, cars. The numbers are like sub 10%, but you and I feel like things have doubled. Well, imagine if you were already on the margins and everything feels like it's doubled. What is the first thing you're going to cut, right? It's going to be that grocery bill. You're going to start cutting back on the quantity, on the quality of the food that you're purchasing. And that is what's happening alongside, CalFresh stipends, pandemic era increases, things like that being pulled back. That is what is causing so many more people to rely on food assistance. I'll give you a real life story if you're not a numbers person. Just recently at one of our distribution sites, volunteers met up with a family. And that family, classic, husband, wife, one child, a little boy, and mom and dad fully employed, right? But we know how expensive it is to live here. And consistently, their budget does not allow for them to adequately feed themselves and their child. So what are they doing? They are consistently coming to a food bank distribution site to supplement their food. They're getting fresh produce, fresh lettuce, and the things that they need to provide nutrition. That's a real life story and something that we're hearing repeatedly. Those themes are being repeated in this community. And it isn't just about hunger pains, right? We know that food insecurity causes all kinds of other challenges. It stunts the growth of the children. It creates mental health challenges. We see grades suffer for kids that are food insecure. We see parent job performance suffer. For you business owners, right, you might have people on your staff that aren't performing because they're stressed about finances and stressed about food. And we know that when this happens, people get isolated and secluded. So it has a number of downstream effects that are really painful. Here's the good news. The food bank, and a number of you involved with the food bank, are doing something about it. We've witnessed the power of thousands of people and businesses, organizations, working together to support hunger relief. It's volunteers, it's donors, staff, nonprofit partners, all involved in raising the funds, procuring the food, packaging it up, handing it out to people that need. And together, just this last year, we've provided over 4.6 million pounds of nutritious food to this community. When a community comes together, we can tackle these big challenges. We can alleviate hunger. We can ensure people have a place to turn for nutritious food. But the problem with hunger is that it comes around 3 times a day. If you're like me, maybe 4 or 5. You know, it keeps coming back, and so we need to keep at this work. And so as we approach the holiday season, I want to challenge you, I want to ask you to join us in alleviating hunger in our community. 2 ways. 1, become a recurring donor. We have a match program right now. You can give, someone else is going to double the impact of your gift in the first year. And that recurring gift helps us plan. It's like a paycheck to the food bank. It helps us know what we have coming in the doors so that we can buy the food and we can plan for next month's distribution. Extremely valuable. Or you can join over 1,900, I'm going to stop at some point, I promise. 1,900. Jim said I had 10 minutes. 1,900 volunteers who make our mission possible. Our team has gone and volunteered with the food bank. It's an incredible experience. It's the best team building activity you can imagine. Hauling carrots around together, sweating together, and knowing that we are giving food to people that are hungry is a really powerful thing. There is no more universal way to show care for a human being than to bring them a meal, than to share a meal with them. Except for maybe flowers. Flowers is also used sometimes in times of tragedy, but damn it, your neighbors are hungry, and if you give them a flower, you're just being a jerk. So let's give them a meal. Thank you.